Hi guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to the tennis world with the tennis expert. I am your tennis expert and I want to preview the quarterfinals, the Australian Open quarterfinal preview here with your tennis world, with the tennis world with your tennis expert. Let's go through and preview the four quarterfinals. First of all, Khachanov Korda. I just think like Korda has got a better serve, better power game, more consistent, does all the same things. They both serve well. Korda serves better. They both play an attacking game. I think Korda's got more power and more consistent power. And then when they are in a position to play defense, they're both not great, but I think Korda's just a bit better there and better ability to finish off at the net, things like that. And I think Korda's just a bit better. He's beaten people like the quality of Medvedev. He's had match point against Djokovic. And I just think he does the same thing as Khachanov, but he's a bit more powerful in the rally shots, a bit more consistent with the power, better ability to finish at the net, and slightly better serve. And when he has to defend, they're both not great. I think he's a little better though. So what I would say here that Korda will win this in 4 sets. Let's go to our second quarterfinal. Tsitsipas Lechika, which I can't pronounce. I just think Tsitsipas will win this one. I'll say straight set, serve plus forehand, come into the net. He's just going to overpower the guy, be too consistent, too much movement. So we'll be left with a Tsitsipas Korda semi-final. So let's move on to the other quarterfinals. Third quarterfinal, Tommy Paul Shelton. I just think Shelton's an unknown. He shouldn't even be in the quarterfinals. Paul's done some good things. He beat Nadal at the Paris Masters. He beat Bautista Agut. I just think he's going to have too much consistency here. Good in rallying, and he's just going to push Shelton around and out rally him and beat him with consistency, defense, and moving him around and out rallying him. Last quarterfinal, so straight sets, I would say for Tommy Paul. Straight sets for Tsitsipas. He's going to overpower him, serve, forehand, come into the net. And then 4 sets, I would say, for Korda. Because he's just a bit more powerful in the rally, a bit better serve, a bit more consistent with the power, and a bit better movement and defense. So 4 sets for Korda, 3 sets for Tsitsipas in the other quarterfinal, and then Tommy Paul straight sets over Shelton. Last quarterfinal, Djokovic Rublev. Now this is the most interesting of all. I just think first I'll say Rublev. He's got the perfect game to beat Djokovic. They both play consistent rally game, but Rublev has more power than Djokovic, so he can overpower him in the rallies. He can push him around. He can stand in the middle. He can dictate the point, right? He can have where Djokovic is on the run and Rublev standing in the middle. Both with great consistency in their rally game. Both they can build a point and win it in 3, 5, 7, 10 shots. Consistency, but just a bit more power on the rally shots for Rublev. He can push Djokovic around and overpower him, right? And then even more so if Djokovic has got a problem with his leg, hamstring, he has the ability to hammer the ball hard, right, left, and push you right and left into movement, but do it hard with a lot of power, but a lot of consistent power. So guys who go for too much, make errors, they're not going to test your hamstring. Guys who play safe and hit it right to you, they're not going to test your hamstring. It's someone who's got the power to move you around, but the consistency where the ball's going to land in. So where you've got a lot of power on your ground stroke, but you're actually going to hit the ball in your court. and you're not trying to end it in one shot. And you can hit it with power over 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots and move the other guy around with your power. So firstly, that's good against Djokovic when he's healthy because they're both playing the consistent rally game. Rublev's got more power, so he can be the one bossing the rallies and pushing Djokovic around. But then if he's doing that when Djokovic has a leg problem, the perfect game, the power game to dictate the points and get Djokovic moving, but consistent to not try to where Djokovic won't get errors. So where he'll be always running, always pushed around, but because it's consistent, he's trying to do it over 3, 4, 5, 7 shots. Djokovic is not going to get the errors if he's going for too much. So he's a perfect matchup to beat Djokovic, healthy or not, because they can both play the consistent rally game. He can have more power. He can move them around, and if the legs are a problem, then someone who's got power and consistency will be bossing you around and making you move and inflaming that leg. The problem of all this is Rublev doesn't play his normal game against Djokovic. He's intimidated against Djokovic, so he tries to end it in one shot. He says Djokovic is amazing. He's done so much. The only way I can beat him is basically I hit a winner for every shot, and I just hammer the ball on the line. So that causes him to overhit and make errors, and Djokovic to beat him because he's all in his head and mental about playing Djokovic. So if he could play his normal game, just power and consistency, they're both from consistency, but he's got more power. He can push Djokovic around and overpower him, and also to have that power yet consistency to make Djokovic move around and strain the leg and really inflame that. That's what the guys who go for too much, they'll be out, it won't inflame it. The guys who don't go for enough and just play safe, consistent, they won't move him around because they don't have the power. But it is the consistency to do it over a whole lot of shots and be patient and not try to end it in one shot. But the power to actually push Djokovic around. But he doesn't do that. He gets nervous. He goes for too much. He tries to end it in one shot. He changes his game and he just hits a whole bunch of errors and Djokovic beats him. To give you an idea, at the top 8, he beat Medvedev. He was in great form. Medvedev and Djokovic played a last set tiebreaker. So he should be right there with Djokovic. It was like 6-1, 6-3. He just hit the ball out and made errors. So his potential is to match Djokovic consistency, have more power, boss him around. And if there's an injury, make it worse. But in reality, he doesn't play his normal game. He says, Djokovic, I've got to hit the ball as hard as I can on the line. He overhits and he makes errors. If he plays his normal game, Rublev, he'll win, but I think he's going to be mental against Djokovic and go for too much power near the line and overhit and probably lose in straight sets. Even though the potential is he could easily beat Djokovic, but he won't because he'll be mental and he'll overhit and he'll make errors and he'll just be a mental collapse and Djokovic will beat him in 3 or 4 sets. So that's my predictions for the quarterfinals and how I see the matches playing out. So we'll just review it quickly. We've got Korda over Khachanov in 4 sets, Tsitsipas over Lecheka in 3 sets, and then we've got Djokovic over Rublev in 3 or 4 sets, Paul over Shelton in 3. So our semi-finals are going to be Novak Djokovic, Tommy Paul, and Stefanos Tsitsipas, Sebastian Korda. So Korda, Tsitsipas in one semi-final, Djokovic, Tommy Paul in the other. Be back here in a couple of days, guys. I'll be previewing the semi-finals of the Australian Open a day before they happen. So yeah, tune in a couple of days, subscribe to get that video, but you'll get the most updated information where I'll be previewing the semi-finals once I know exactly who's there, how they played the quarterfinals, more updated information. The matchups will be set, how they played their last match will be reviewed by me, and I'll give you a preview of the 2023 Australian Open semi-final. But that's my video for today. Subscribe, bell notification notification, thumbs up. Have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. And bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys for my semi-final preview in a couple of days. Bye for now.